Okay, gonna get started here in a second. Um, let's see. Okay, so I have made a template for a tier list in which I will rank every single Jurassic Park character from all the movies, all sources of what I consider to be canon, even if it's soft canon. So, like, I'm including the Jurassic World Evolution characters, and I'm including Jurassic Park the game characters. Um, Even though they're not actually canon, maybe it's kind of up in the air. And I'm including Camp Cretaceous characters. Some of them are, yeah, I think they're all there because I just watched that, and I'm pretty sure, 100% sure that's canon. But is it inconsistent for me to put Jurassic World Evolution and Jurassic Park the game characters into my list? Yes. I don't care. They're going to be in here because I want everyone to be in here. Um, I guess we're just going to get started. I have it divided into S plus tier, which will be reserved for one character. And then we have S, A, B, C, D, F, and complete trash. And the complete trash tier, I'm pretty sure most of you will agree with my placings. Everything else, I have some pretty controversial picks. I'm going to link this tier list in the description if you want to make your own, if you disagree, whatever. We're just going to get started by putting Mr. DNA in S tier. I don't think many people will disagree with that pick. I know he's not actually a character, but again, I don't give a shit that I'm being inconsistent. So let's just pick some random people and put them on here. Some of them are going to be pretty hard to rank, so I'm going to save them for last, but let's do like... Let's do Carlos. I think his name is Carlos. He's a pretty average character, and a lot of characters in Jurassic Park are really good. So I'm going to put him in D tier for now. You know what? Let's just go through this line. Let's just go in the order that they appear. So we have Eric Kirby. This character fucking sucks. He is not fun to see on screen. On screen, the entire time he's just screaming and his voice is cracking. I actually like Jurassic Park 3 a lot more than the average person, but he is not one of the reasons. So I'm gonna put him in D tier, and I'm actually gonna move Carlos up a spot because Carlos is a much less offensive character than Eric Kirby. Okay, then we have this Jerry Harding. There's two Jerry Hardings in here, and they are completely different characters. We have this Jerry Harding, who is a fucking white bread, Wonder Bread piece of shit that is completely forgettable, and he's going into F tier. Yeah, that's all I really got to say about him. While we're at it, let's go find the other one, Jerry Harding. A great man, family man, good mustache, great hat, vet, cares about that Triceratops. These two are not the fucking same character. They're the same character in name only. Yeah, weird choice to base a whole game around this character and then not make them the same character whatsoever, but can't get too hung up on the Jerry Hardings on this tier list. We got to keep going. Okay, so now we are at Ian Malcolm, and he is as far as I can tell, the only person who's going to be an S plus tier. I think he is undisputed as the best character in Jurassic Park. He's the best character in The Lost World. And he's the only part of Fallen Kingdom where I don't want to kill myself. So I think it's pretty safe to say that Ian Malcolm is number one. And a couple more characters might be put in S plus tier, but I really don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to remain here at the top. So then we have Amanda Kirby, who I think is a little bit better than Eric Kirby because she's a lot more memeable. You know, she's like, Ben, Eric. Like, me and my friends we'll make fun of that shit all the time. We don't make fun of anything Eric Kirby says. So some joy has come out from Amanda Kirby existing. So I will put her a tier above her son. And then we have Lowry, and I think Lowry is pretty rated. You know, I don't think he's underrated or overrated. I think he's deservingly rated in that nobody ever talks about him, and they forget he exists until, like just now, his name is mentioned. So I'm gonna put him in D tier. I think he's pretty funny. I really like the actor. I can't remember his name. It's like Jake something. He played, I think he played Spider-Man, and I think he played Peter B. Parker, one of the Peter Parkers in Into the Spider-Verse. Really funny guy, but that character is not my favorite. We got Tim Murphy, who is probably the best kid that's appeared. He's a lot better than Jerry Harding, but he's not as good as Mr. DNA. These are gonna be ordered, by the way. These tiers are ordered. Actually, I'm gonna put him in S tier. I think he might be the only kid who's gonna be in S tier, aside from one, which might come as a surprising pick, but we will get to him when we get to him, or her. I'm not gonna ruin it. So, then we have Omar Sy, who plays the character Barry in Jurassic World. He's okay. He doesn't do a whole lot. He just kind of says things that Owen agrees with. And then he disappears from the rest of the movie. So I'm gonna put him I'm gonna put him up here. He's a Carlos. He's another Carlos, you know? Like, there's not much to him. Okay, we got Ray Arnold. This character's great, but I struggle to put him in S tier. He's great. Like, he has a lot of lines, but I really do think he is carried by Samuel L. Jackson. Because that character is kind of forgettable, or at least he would be if he wasn't played by Samuel L. Jackson. I really think he's the reason people remember that role. And I think any other actor would have probably butchered Hold On to Your Butts to the point where nobody would have remembered it. So I think he's a little carried, but still, that carried him pretty far up to A tier. So next we got Eli Mills. Fuck that character. Stupid fucking villain. Dumbass plan. Dumbass monologue about how Maisie's a clone. Not interesting at all. I hate that I remember his name, because I don't think anybody else does. So he's going straight into F tier. He is a lot worse than this tier. Okay, I think I was a little hard on Jerry Harding. I'm gonna put him up here. I think he's way better than Eric Kirby. I think he's better than Amanda Kirby. He's about right here. I think because he was one of the first ones I put down, I didn't really know where to put him, but I think I have a good idea of where it goes. Okay, then we got Ajay. Ajay Sidhu, I think. He is Roland Tembo's best friend, and he dies in the Lost World. This one's kind of tough, man, because in the movie, he doesn't fucking do anything. He does nothing. He is a nothing character. But with that deleted scene of him and Roland in Kenya, he becomes a much better character. I like him a lot more, but I'm not sure if it's canon. So with that being said, I'm going to have to place him somewhere in the middle of those two rankings, between a nothing character and a pretty good character. I'm going to put him... He's above Carlos, but like significantly, but not enough to be out of C tier, so we're going to have to put some people in between them. Then we have this guy. He's known only for saying, "Well, they want 20 millions" in the movie, and that is all he does. But that meme alone it carries him pretty hard. That meme is pretty good. I think his name is Anton. And because he has a meme-worthy line, he's gonna go above Eli Mills, but not very far. He's still a fucking stupid character. And then, okay, now we got Ben from Camp Cretaceous. And I'm gonna be spoiling Camp Cretaceous in case you haven't seen it. I actually surprisingly really liked that show, and at first Ben was just fucking annoying, and then he continued to be fucking annoying for a while, and then towards the end of the show, and like straight up the last 2 episodes, he turns it around a little bit. But he's still fucking annoying. He's definitely my least favorite of the 6 main characters of that show. But I would say he's under Lowry. I'm gonna put Lowry above Eric Kirby. Like, these two are in the same realm of annoying, and I think they look pretty good right next to each other on this list. Okay, next we have Ben Hildebrand. You may not know this man in name, but you know him for the sound that he's made, where he goes, "No, not yet." Because of that one line, I think that'll carry him pretty high. I think he's a B-tier character. He also scares the shit out of Amanda Kirby posthumously, so that's a big plus. Skeleton scares her, so B-tier for Ben Hildebrand. Then we have Ben Lockwood, complete trash. This character is nonsensical. This character should not exist. This is probably the most egregious thing I think Fallen Kingdom did. This is like the biggest retcon ever, if you don't include the Mosasaurus Lagoon suddenly being right next to the ocean, which Fallen Kingdom also did. But this character, I think he's in complete trash because he just shouldn't fucking exist. This part was obviously written for Richard Attenborough like 5 years ago, when they were writing Jurassic World 5 or 6 years ago. And instead of just rewriting the movie, they just came up with some bullshit character because Richard Attenborough died. And he doesn't add anything to the movie. He adds nothing to the movie. Like, even if his character was John Hammond and they just got like a new actor to play John Hammond, that still would have been better. Like, this character should not fucking exist. He is our first complete trash character, not because the character's bad or anything. He just shouldn't exist. So I don't really know if it's fair to put him in complete trash, because he's gonna have some less than desirable company down there, but for now I'm gonna put him there. We'll just have to see. Okay, next we got this guy. Not much to say about this guy. He just gets pissed at Alan Grant for touching the computer. Again, we got everyone here. We're gonna put him. He's one of these guys. You know, he's a little bit cooler than like. I'd say he would go right there, right under Jerry. He's a Jerry. Okay. Okay, next we have this pink-haired bitch from Camp Cretaceous named Brooklyn. And at first, when I first started watching the show and I saw her, and I saw the shit she was saying, I was like, oh god, this is gonna be an awful show. But over time, I kind of grew to like this character a little bit. If not only for her relationships with the other characters. I think she loses her annoyance and becomes an actual character, but they don't do much with this character, you know? I don't really know where to put her, because she's better than Ben. She's like, yeah, like she's better than Amanda Kirby. Like everyone in this C tier right here are characters that I like, you know? They're characters that I don't hate. I just kind of like them in the sense that I tolerate them, but it's like a little bit more than tolerating them. Like, these are characters that I just I less than tolerate them. I don't like them. These are characters I fucking hate, and then there's trash. But these, like, she's okay. She's okay. She's all right. Next we have Billy Brennan. He's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool character. I don't know where he really belongs in the grand scheme of things, because he's kind of a fucking idiot. Like, he's really cool, but he's kind of just a fucking idiot, man. Like, he has a line where Alan Grant asks him what he thinks the Spinosaurus is, and he says Suchomimus because of the snout. And then Alan Grant says, think bigger, and he says Baryonyx, which is a smaller Spinosaur. Neither of which have sails. So he's a fucking dumbass and is somehow a paleontologist, but I like his presence because I just think comparing to the rest of the cast of Jurassic Park 3, he makes Alan Grant feel not totally alone on the island in terms of incompetency. So he is bearable. I think he's like in B tier. He's much better than Ben Hildebrand, but we'll just have to fill in that gap. Next we have Cabot Finch. Dude, this guy's fucking annoying. If you've ever played Jurassic World Evolution, he is like probably one of the most annoying fucking characters. And then he kind of grows on you. He kind of like, he's annoying, and then you just like get used to him, and then he becomes that annoying friend that you keep around, and eventually you start to like. So I really don't know where to put him. I think he's like an Amanda Kirby, you know? He's a little bit better than Amanda. I'm gonna put him above good old Billy right here. Okay, next we have Kathy. Or also known as the girl that got 8 by copies. She is kind of a nothing character. She exists to drive the plot forward. I don't really know where to put her. I'm just gonna... in terms of how kids go, she's not totally annoying. So... that's a plus. She's not completely annoying. So I'm gonna put her, like, right here. That's where Kathy belongs. Alright, we got Alejandro. He doesn't say a verbal, audible word. He does whisper into John Hammond's ear. So there's not much character to go on. But he made some bomb-ass Chilean sea bass. So... I'm gonna put him... in terms of nothing characters go, he's pretty good. He's a pretty good character. I'm gonna put him right here. Okay, we got Billy Yoder. If you haven't played the game, I highly recommend that you don't. But if you have, then you'll know that this character is one of the few good parts about it, but he's still not super likable. He's up here. He's just like Billy Brennan, I'd say. Okay. Now this is an interesting pick. Because I actually think Darius is the best kid Jurassic Park has ever seen. And I mean that. Like, this is actually a really well-written character. And he's the best kid in Jurassic Park by far. I really like Tim, but there's not much to him compared to Darius. There's a lot of depth to this character. If they flesh out the other characters in future seasons of Camp Cretaceous, they might rise up, but so far Darius is the only kid that I don't want to punch in the face. I want to be his friend. He's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool kid. Has a really interesting story and a developed backstory, and it's insane to me that he's as good as he is. I'm glad that they got the main character right, even though some of the other characters are fucking annoying in that show. It is weird to me that so far my third best character on this tier list is a kid show character from a cartoon that came out 2 days ago. But I really do think he's that good. Okay. Next we have this guy. He's He's better than Ben, but he's nothing special. Dennis Nedry. I really like Dennis Nedry. Really like Dennis Nedry. He's fucking hilarious. But I also hate him because he ruined dinosaurs. He's the reason Jurassic Park isn't open. No, he has too many good lines. He's going into S tier. Okay, Owen Grady. I really like Chris Pratt. But he is all of the things that I don't like about Chris Pratt. I don't know if that made much sense, but he's like if you think Star-Lord is annoying, I don't, but if you do, then there is absolutely no way in hell that you like Owen Grady, because he's just worse Star-Lord. Chris Pratt at his best is obviously Parks and Recreation, and then I think it'd be Star-Lord. But Owen Grady is just boring. Like, they need to do way more with that character. He wasn't funny at all in Fallen Kingdom, and Chris Pratt was like the one thing that could have maybe saved that movie, but they just shafted him, man. Like, he did nothing except in like one scene he became Batman from the Arkham games and beat the shit out of a bunch of people, which really took me out of the movie. But I don't really know what to do with him, man. I'm gonna put him above Billy Yoder. I think it's a lot of squandered potential there. I think Chris Pratt is a much better actor than maybe Universal thinks he is. Okay, Vic Hoskins. He's perhaps the worst use of Vincent D'Onofrio I've ever seen. Man, what a fucking fantastic actor. That is such a good actor. Vincent D'Onofrio is amazing. And they just made him play some douchey villain. Some douchey corporate military villain. With a fucking cell phone belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just a fucking douche. And there's no depth to his character. And it really sucks that they casted Vincent D'Onofrio and made him play a mustache-twirling villain when earlier he played fucking Kingpin, who's probably one of my favorite MCU villains, if not my favorite. I don't know. Thanos was actually really good. I don't know, man. Complete misuse of this actor. Same with Chris Pratt. They suffer because of writing, not the actor's fault. Fantastic actor. Okay, then we have Vivian, who... Okay, any semblance of things that you like about Lowry are because of Vivian. You like Lowry because of the I have a boyfriend scene, and she says that shit to Lowry. You know? Like, think about how lame it would have been if they actually kissed. Think about how fucking lame that movie could have been if they had kissed. But that was actually a pretty good joke, pretty smart joke that threw me off guard. Because the rest of the movie is kind of a cheesy summer blockbuster, so that was kind of nice to see. You know what? I'm gonna put her. She's better than Amanda Kirby. Yeah, I'm gonna put her right there. That's a comfortable spot. Okay. Next we have Zara, and I actually really like this character. I don't know why. I think it's because she did not deserve that death that she got at all. And I think the movie wants you to hate her. Right? Like, the movie wanted you to think that her getting fucked up by pterosaurs and then eaten by mosasaur was, like, justified because she lost track of the boys. But I did not get that vibe at all. I mean, she's like Squidward, man. She did not want to fucking be there. She didn't want to babysit those kids. She had better things to do, you know? I don't know. I can't really explain it. I don't think she's better than Owen Grady because she is kind of a nothing character again. But yeah, I don't hate her. Nema Cruz is pretty good. If you played the game, Nema Cruz is probably my favorite character in that game. Um, she has a lot of depth and backstory with Oscar, so Nema Cruz is good. I like that character. One of the good parts of that game. Jess Harding, probably the worst part of that game, if we're being honest. Really fucking annoying kid. There's a lot of those. This might just end up being the annoying kid slash loser tier. Like, bearded loser. That's kind of what this tier is turning into. Jess is a little bit worse than Eric Kirby. Okay, then we have Kelly, who is not that bad. She just has a scene that's really stupid. And you know what scene I'm talking about. But she's not that bad. She's not an annoying kid. She just has a fucking stupid scene. She's like... This is hard, man. This is a hard placement. Because I don't hate her. But I don't love her. I don't know. That character's a part of my childhood. Because that movie was my favorite. But even as a kid, the gymnastics scene was just fucking dumb. I don't know. She's about, like... She's about on par with Brooklyn, I'd say. Okay, Nick Van Owen. They should have written funnier things for Vince Vaughn to say. But he did his best. He's about right here. I'd say he's about right there. Okay, Eddie Carr, really good character. I like this character a lot. Yeah, not much more to say about him. I think I'm going to put him above Jerry Harding, but not in S tier. He's not great. Okay, we have our next complete trash character. Fuck this character. I fucking hate Franklin. The thing is, a lot of them I'm saying, like, oh, it's not the actor's fault, you know, he was just written bad. He didn't have a good script, he didn't have much to work with, maybe the direction wasn't good. But Franklin, that fucking deafening scream he does that just kills me. And the worst part is, it was improv by the actor. He just thought, oh, yeah, I think that would be a good thing to add to the movie. So, fuck this character, and fuck this actor, and I fucking hate that he's going to be in the next one. He is a complete waste of space, and a lot of these characters, like, even the other character in Complete Trash, they don't subtract from the movie that much. They're just kind of there. They shouldn't exist. But this character fucking brings that movie down pegs, you know? It brings it down a peg or two. Like, he kills that fucking movie, and not in a good way. I'm getting upset thinking about it. Like, I have a lot of frustrations with Fallen Kingdom. I really don't like that movie, and I think I'm just taking it out on this poor Franklin kid. But man, fuck that character. Okay, Judy Greer's character in Jurassic World. What is her name? Something Mitchell. It's the Mitchell's mom. I don't know. Judy Greer is a really good actor. It's another one of those cases in Jurassic World where the script just should have been better because they got some really good actors that couldn't do shit because the script was awful. Okay. This character fucking is annoying as shit. If you played Jurassic World Evolution, you also hate his voice. There's not much else to say about him. He also sabotages you and releases your dinosaurs for no fucking reason despite being the head of the security division. So that's always good. Okay, Alan Grant. He's, oh god. He might be S+ tier. I really love Alan Grant. Oh god. Because he's better, way better than any of these characters in S tier, but like, is he that close to Ian Malcolm? You know, he might even need his own tier in between these two. I'm gonna make a tier and it's going to be called S plus tier. Okay. This is going to be S plus tier. And this is going to be Goldblum tier. Okay. That looks a lot better. Yeah, Alan Grant is, like, unironically probably my favorite character in all the movies. Ian Malcolm's a little bit more ironic, but he's still one of my favorites. He's just fucking relatable, man. Like, he's not your typical action hero, you know? He's just soft-spoken. He has a good arc about kids. He always gives the vibe that he doesn't really want to be there. He's just real. He's just a real character. And this character, Alan Grant, despite being so simple and so realistic, would be impossible for the writers of the Jurassic World movies to produce. Like, they could not produce a character that's like this. Just a character that feels like a real person, you know? He is not in a blockbuster movie. He's just a guy. And he has some badass elements, like he holds the shotgun and he says, "Send the damn helicopters." But like, he is forced into a situation to be badass, and I think a lot of it comes down to Sam Neill, because had they gotten Harrison Ford like they originally wanted, I think the role would have been a lot different if he was a lot more similar to how he is in the novel. I think the movie would have been a little worse, to be honest. I think having this, honestly, like being completely honest, just this boring guy who's super relatable, that's like shy and soft-spoken, be your main character, I think was a really good decision on part of the filmmakers. And I think a lot of it comes down to Sam Neill. Yeah, just all-around great character. Okay, who the fuck is this? Like, going from this to this, right? This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the Jurassic World movies scripts. Who the fuck even is this? What is his name? What's his name? It's fucking Zoltar or whatever from Marvel. That's all I know him by. Like, he's not complete trash, because he has a pretty cool death where his Donald Trump toupee flies off, but like, I'd say he's equally as shit as Eli Mills. Okay, then we have old Henry Wu. So we have two pictures of Henry Wu here, and that is because they are two completely different characters. This Henry Wu, this young Henry Wu, is not the same person as old Henry Wu. Like, not even close. Which one is better, though? This Henry was kind of a nothing character. He's about on par with like Alejandro, you know, but he has more lines. He's like a Billy Brennan. I'd say he's about, maybe better. He's about there. I put him about there. This one, okay. Despite him not being the same character at all, and he's much more of a villain, I still really like this one. He is not, however, a real person. You know? Like, if you met him in a lab, you would know immediately that this guy's a fucking villain. Like, he's just a dick. Like, I can't see this Henry Wu being a PR person, you know, like doing TV interviews, going on like a TV show, talking about the next dinosaur unveiling or whatever, because he's just a fucking dick. Like, he is a villain, and he shows it. Like, I don't know how they made the fucking jump from just this intern into this guy. Maybe he's jaded because everyone else got the credit for what he did in terms of making dinosaurs, but what made me kind of like him more was his appearance, spoiler, in Camp Cretaceous. Because it was weird to actually see him interacting with children. Because you have this guy who's like a fucking evil villain who shows no remorse for human life. Like, oh, it killed people, Henry. Oh, that's unfortunate. Like, what? Pretty poor writing. I don't know. In Camp Cretaceous, he's a lot more of a person. He seems more like a person. So he gets a little bit of points there. I'm not going to separate him into three characters because I like the Camp Cretaceous Henry Wu. I'm just going to leave him right here and then put young Henry Wu right here. Maybe even lower. He's like right there. He doesn't do much. Okay, we have Zach Mitchell, or Gray Mitchell, this kid. In terms of annoying kids, he's definitely not the worst. He's definitely better than Eric Kirby. He's better than Jess. He's way better than Ben. He's about on par with Kelly. Kelly's maybe a little better, but yeah, just another annoying kid, pretty much. Then we have Zach, who's way worse. He's an Eric Kirby tier. Just what is the point of this character other than to be a dick to Gray? And really, when you think about it, what is the point of Gray? What is the point of those characters? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Next, we have InGen Harbor Master. Do you copy? He is going straight up here because he has a sexy-ass voice, and that is it. Okay, next we have this guy. Out of the three people who are fucking annoying in Jurassic World Evolution, he's probably the least offensive. I'd say he could go like, he could easily go like right there. Out of the three like division heads, I mean, he's the only one with a voice that doesn't grate your ears, and he's also just positive all the time. So he gets some points there. John Hammond. Okay, we got another good character. He's S tier, S plus tier. I mean, pretty easily S plus tier. I love John Hammond. Not better than Alan Grant. Do I love Mr. DNA more than John Hammond? No, I love John Hammond. Okay. Next we have this guy. I don't remember his name, but he's the Kalindo Eris guy. Yeah, I don't remember his name. I'm blanking. Really minor character, but he says some cool stuff. He's like right there. Yeah, that's a good spot for him. This fucking kid. Okay. This kid is great because he's annoying on purpose. So a lot of the kids in Jurassic Park are annoying, but they want you to like them. This one is annoying on purpose, and Alan Grant, being the relatable motherfucker he is, puts him in his place for the audience. And I love that scene, and yeah, because of that, I'm gonna rank him pretty high. Yeah. Charlie. Okay, speaking of annoying fucking kids, now we have Charlie. If you don't remember, Charlie's the kid from Jurassic Park 3 who, when Alan is about to be killed by the Spinosaurus, on the other line, Charlie is dancing to Barney. Take the phone to mommy now. That's the only real meme you can get out of that kid. I don't know. He's not bad. Because he's not in the movie for very long. I don't know. He's a whatever. He's like a little bit better than Kathy, I guess. Okay, we got this guy. Not too close, huh? That's all I know him from. He says that line. Yeah, he's not much. He's not much. Lex. Okay, Lex is gonna go right here. Lex is still a really good kid in terms of Jurassic Park, but she doesn't have the likability that Tim has. or nearly as much like backstory or character. Her character is kind of forced in last minute with the whole hacker thing. It's not really established early on, like Tim being a dinosaur nerd and annoying Alan Grant. Like, Lex doesn't have much to do until the very end of the movie. And even then, it's kind of whatever. Like, because that scene, like, the stakes aren't really there. Because really, when you watch that scene, Tim could have easily just reached the gun for them. And so her moment of saving the day really didn't need to happen. I don't know. I'm talking too much shit. She's still an A tier. She's a good kid. The Jurassic Park kids are all good. So, okay, we have Kaja, I think. Way better than the fucking security head. I don't know. She's just annoying. She just pops up and tells you to do shit that I decline. But like, as a person, as a character, I guess she's not bad. She could go like right there. Okay, Kenji from Camp Cretaceous. Actually pretty good. I really like Kenji. He's a little rice gummy. I kind of got that like rice gum vibe from him the moment I saw him. Like, oh my fucking god. They added a dude bro to Jurassic World. But he ended up being pretty cool. He's a pretty cool character. He's definitely my second favorite of the Camp Cretaceous kids. And after like the drop off, see, where is she? Like Brooklyn. So Darius and Kenji are the only two kids that don't make me want to kill myself in a car fire. So I'm gonna rank them pretty high just for that. Then we have Hamada. Pretty cool dude. Completely underutilized in that movie. I don't remember if there were more deleted scenes with him, but he was like weirdly hyped up before the movie came out as being like some kind of semi-major character, and he was in the movie for like 40 seconds. So he could have been a lot cooler. He's like, he can go right here. He's cooler than Jerry Harding, but didn't have as much to do as Barry. Laura Sorkin, hate this bitch, but you're supposed to. This is a good character. I actually think this was a good villain for the Jurassic Park the game. I don't really know where to put her. She's not better than Ray Arnold. She can go right there. I'm actually gonna move Ray Arnold up to Engine Harbor Master. Okay, I'm gonna move up Engine Harbor Master. You know what? I don't feel comfortable saying that Engine Harbor Master is worse than Kenji. So there we go. That looks a lot better. This guy, Dachshund. The actor who played Dachshund, Louis Dachshund, is actually a pedophile. But the character canonically is not. I don't know if that should affect what I think about the character. I mean, it does, but I don't know if it should. I mean, either way, he's kind of a nothing character. He exists so that Dennis Nedry has a great line. I don't know. He's like right there. He's the two red shirts can hang out. Maisie Lockwood, complete fucking trash character. I'm not even gonna get into that one. Oh my god, dude, I fucking hate that movie. Okay, so next we have this guy, Mark. I don't like him, but he seems like a great guy. I don't like him because he shouldn't exist. I think it was probably the dumbest mistake to separate Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler, even though I know it happened in the books. Well, not really. I mean, Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler weren't really a thing in the books. But they didn't have to. That was such a dumb mistake. It completely ruins the ending of the first one for me. So, not gonna really let that taint my view of this guy, but I don't know. Maybe it should, because I don't know where the fuck to put this guy if it doesn't, because he's just nothing. He's a nothing character. He's better than the Fallen Kingdom crew, so I'll put him right there. I don't even remember this guy's name, but he was fucking annoying. So I'm gonna put him right there. Robert Muldoon is a great character. He's going above Mr. DNA. Don't gotta explain that one too much. Glorious calves. Great line. He's a little over. Yeah, he's a little over his head. I think he's more arrogant than he needs to be. He's not as competent as another character, which I think is just a better version of this character. Robert Muldoon's still pretty great. Okay, we have Nash, who doesn't do much. Has an okay death. Hangs on to the satellite phone. Gets a call inside the Spinosaurus's tummy and doesn't pick it up. So, I don't know. I don't really know what to do with him. He's like right. He's like right here. He's better than Amanda Kirby marginally. Ellie Sattler is another S tier character, maybe S plus tier. Actually, I think I might like her more than Alan Grant. Yeah, I didn't. Huh. Yeah, I think I like her more than Alan Grant. She's tenacious. I don't know what to say. Then we have Burke. Burke or Backer? I know Backer's the real one. Did they change his name? I don't know. He exists to make fun of Robert Backer, who is a paleontologist that Jack Horner did not like. And so they put him in the movie to get killed by his predatory T-Rex, which Jack Horner didn't agree with. Which none of that I agree with. I actually think Robert Backer was fucking right and Jack Horner was fucking wrong. So this character's existence is kind of egregious to me. He spits out some cool facts, but other than that, yeah, not much to. I don't really like that character's existence. A lot of the facts are wrong too. This character's really just a fuck you to Backer, which there was another fuck you to Backer in the first movie where Tim is talking about the scientist, the other paleontologist named Backer, and right when Alan Grant hears the word Backer, he slams the door. So a lot of shade thrown at that paleontologist who was right about T-Rex, and Jack Horner was wrong. So just me personally, I don't like that. So I'm gonna put him pretty low. So we have Roland Tembo, S plus tier character. Yeah, he is better. I'd say he's better than John Hammond. I fucking love this character. And I think he gets significantly better if you watch the version of The Lost World that includes his and Ajay's deleted scene. Again, I'm not counting that as canon, because if I did, Ajay would be higher. But it doesn't really hurt anything to count it as canon, right? Like, it's not like the other deleted scene where it kind of conflicts with whether or not they destroyed the assets on Nublar. It's not like that. It's just there. Like, if we're gonna, okay, let's just count it as canon. Let's move Ajay up to like InGen Harbor Master status, and we'll keep rolling there. Okay. Next we have this fucking character, Roxy. Out of these two, the two camp counselors, she's a lot better. I'm actually gonna put her. I'm gonna put her right here. Yeah, maybe right there. I like her a little bit better than Jerry Harding. This character is probably one of the most annoying characters in Camp Cretaceous. Um, I don't like that she's a spy. That was really stupid. And kind of unbelievable. Um, Also, her fake cowgirl accent is really off-putting, and yeah, I just don't like her. Um, but again, like that show was weird because towards the end, you start to like the annoying characters. It's so weird. If they didn't do that to Ben, he'd be in complete trash. So I'm gonna put her about here. I think that's fair. She's like on this level, maybe a little bit worse. I think Amanda Kirby's a little better. Okay, Sarah Harding. She is kind of just. What is her character? What does she do? She leads the T-Rexes back to the camp because despite being a world-renowned paleontologist and field expert, she leaves a blood-soaked jacket on her body that endangers everyone. She also, I mean, she's played by Julianne Moore. She's a great actress. But I'm struggling to like think about what her character is. Like, how do I describe her character without explaining what she does or what she looks like or like what she is, you know, like what she wears. I mean, what is she? What is she? She's like discount Ellie Sattler, pretty much. Except she's not competent. You know, like she's tenacious, but she's an idiot. She gets everyone endangered, and she goes to the island without telling Ian Malcolm. Yeah, just I don't know. I never really thought this deeply into the Lost World until I made this tier list, but not the greatest characters so far from the Lost World, except for Roland Tembo, who is the greatest character. Yeah, I'd put her about there. Who the fuck is this? The dad? The Mitchell dad? He's equal with Judy Greer. They don't do anything. Oscar's pretty good. Where did I put Nima? I'm gonna put him right below Nima. I think they have a really good story in that game. And it kind of adds that story that they have where they were both. I think they were both part of the tribe that lived on Isla Nublar before Hammond evicted them. And Oscar betrayed the tribe and helped evict the whole tribe and relocated them to the mainland. If you didn't know about any of this, there is some good stuff in the game, which I think is canon. I think the game is, for the most part, canon. Except for some obvious stuff like the visitor center being destroyed in the game, and then in Jurassic World it's not destroyed. Aside from like that, it fits pretty nicely into canon. Maybe, yeah, I guess, yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Simon Masrani, he's okay. Irfan Khan was a really good actor, and his death was really sad, but this was not not his best role in my opinion. Um, he's yeah, yeah. Like about there. I put him about there. This guy is fucking hilarious. He exists as Fat Man who lets out the Indominus. That is his job. Anytime you see him, he is either eating or he's letting out the Indominus. And I think that's hilarious. Really great character writing on terms of oh fuck, Jurassic World, man. Really great character writing. Why'd I put him so high? No, I'm gonna put him. He belongs right there. Dieter Stark, pretty cool. Don't have much to say about him. His death is really good. Um, he's a dick, and he gets what's coming to him. Um, yeah, I'd say he's a little bit worse than New Generation Woo. Peter Ludlow, probably the best villain so far in the Jurassic Park franchise and world. Um, the only one who's written well and one that you actually hate, and not for the reasons that you shouldn't hate them. Like Eli Mills, I hate because he's a fucking dumbass and he's written super poorly. Vic Hoskins is a mustache twirling villain, and I think he is a criminal use of Vincent D'Onofrio. But Peter Ludlow, I hate because he's just a cunt. Like he's just a well-written cunt, and I appreciate that. I appreciate some well-written cunts in my Jurassic Park movies. The first movie didn't really have a clear villain aside from Dennis Nedry, but he wasn't like the main villain of the movie. You can argue it's John Hammond actually, but he's not really a villain, and he's not really even an antagonist. Peter Ludlow's both of those things, and I think he's the best that we got. Paul Kirby. I it's weird, but I honestly think like these two are perfect for each other. Like these two, I think Amanda's a little less annoying. Paul Kirby is just there. Yeah, like that's it. He doesn't have any real meme-worthy lines like Amanda does. But he doesn't say anything that's like super fucking annoying like Amanda does either. So I'd say it cancels out. Udesky. Udesky's pretty great. He's going right there. Who the fuck is that? Oh! That is the Unlucky Bastard. The Unlucky Bastard. I really mean everyone is here. He is played by David Koepp, and he gets eaten by the T-Rex when he tries to go to a blockbuster or something. Great unneeded death. I love that death. He could go like right there. Not much of a character, but good death. Good death. Claire Deering. Fuck, dude. I'm gonna come back to her. I don't even know where to put that fucking character. Donald Gennaro. Probably the weakest of the major cast of Jurassic Park. He's kind of meant to be, you know? He's meant to die. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna put him, like... He's definitely worse than, Kalindo Aris guy. He's better than Sarah Hart. I think that's a good spot for him. Ken Wheatley's fucking stupid. He's not complete trash, though. He might be. I don't know. He's complete trash. That character's fucking stupid. It's interesting that all the complete trash characters so far are from Fallen Kingdom. I just noticed that. Huh. What a coincidence. Okay, then we have Yasmina, who's probably the weakest character in terms of development in Camp Cretaceous. She's better than Ben, though, because she's not fucking annoying. She could go, like... No, she's not as good as Purple. She could go, like... Ooh, this is hard. She's like right there, you know? Just kind of... bleh. Zia... People lump Zia and Franklin into, like, the same boat of annoyance, but... She might be complete trash. I don't know. She's just fucking dumb. Like, there's a scene in Fallen Kingdom where Owen charges Ken Wheatley, who's in complete trash. Ken Wheatley shoots him with a tranq dart. Which I honestly believe is the appropriate response to a giant man charging me. If I had a tranq dart, I'd probably shoot him with a tranq dart. If someone was charging me, trying to kill me, screaming my name. So, right there, I think Ken Wheatley might be in the right. And then Zia pulls out a gun out of nowhere, points it at Ken, and says, "I'm the only one that can keep Blue alive. Don't kill me. You need me." When they were not even thinking about killing her to begin with. Like, where did that even come from? I'm getting upset just thinking about that scene, because it's probably the dumbest scene in the movie. Why the fuck did she do that? So I think, like, Zia might be written worse than Franklin, but she is not worse than Franklin. I'm gonna move Burke. I'm gonna move Burke up here. Zia is bad, man, but she's not complete trash. She's a little bit more inoffensive than the complete trash tier. Okay, then we have Claire Deering, who has a decent arc so far in Jurassic World. She's a much better written character than Owen. She could go, like, right there. But that seems so high. I don't know. She's okay, man. She's just okay. But yeah, I'll put her there. Her arc is okay. And that is it. That is the tier list. I misspelled gold. My bad. Yeah, okay. Just giving it another look in case I want to change anything, but as far as I can tell, this is the definitive Jurassic Park character tier list. I will be submitting the link to this template in the description, and if you disagree, let me know in the comments or send me your tier list. Whatever. See ya.